In a world brimming with noise and endless chatter, there exists a profound strength in those who choose their words with care. Speak only if it improves upon the silence, Mahatma Gandhi once advised, capturing the essence of our exploration today. Why do some people choose to speak less? What wisdom lies in their silence? Imagine navigating life like a serene lake, undisturbed by the constant pebbles of idle talk that ripple through the existence of the talkative. As we delve into the traits of those who speak less, we'll uncover not just the quietude they embody, but the powerful impact of their selective words. Each trait, from their calm demeanor in tumultuous times to their unexpected productivity in solitude, offers a lesson in the subtle art of silence. Think about the last time you were in a noisy room. How refreshing was the voice that spoke with purpose and not out of turn. This journey will not only reveal why quiet individuals might just be the most insightful ones in the room, but will also challenge you to embrace a bit of their world, to see what wisdom the silence holds for you. Are you ready to discover the power behind the unspoken? As we explore the first trait, consider how your own life might transform if you measured your words as carefully as those who speak less. Could you, perhaps, find clarity amidst the noise? Stay tuned, as each revelation promises not only to enlighten, but to invite you into a deeper, more meaningful conversation with yourself. Join me in this exploration, and let's discover together how silence speaks volumes. As we transition to our first major trait, ask yourself, how often do I find value in silence? And what can it teach me about myself and the world around me? Trait 1. Valuing brevity and thoughtfulness in speech. Did you know that Ernest Hemingway, renowned for his concise writing style, once famously claimed he could write a story in just 6 words? For sale, baby shoes never worn. This anecdote underscores the power of brevity, a trait deeply cherished by those who speak less. People who value succinctness see each conversation as an opportunity to impart meaningful information rather than to merely fill the air with sound. They operate under the principle that true wisdom doesn't have to be loud to be heard. In our exploration of this trait, consider how such selectivity in speech can dramatically alter perceptions. When quiet individuals choose to speak, every word carries weight. Every sentence is a reflection of deep contemplation. Imagine a meeting where, instead of competing to be heard, each participant speaks only when they have something pivotal to add. The impact is profound. Each contribution is impactful, and every participant feels valued. Now, let's pause and reflect. How often do we speak just to fill the silence? And what might happen if we chose our words with the precision of a poet? As we move towards understanding the serenity that accompanies thoughtful speech, visualize a world where dialogue is an exchange of distilled wisdom, not a barrage of noise. As we prepare to delve deeper into the next trait, ask yourself if you've ever experienced a moment of unexpected peace when you chose to respond with silence rather than words. Stay tuned as we uncover how this tranquility extends beyond mere moments of quiet to a stable, enduring calm in those who speak less. Trait 2. Inner peace and tranquility. Have you ever wondered why the calmest person in the room often seems to have an unspoken authority? Let's take a journey back to ancient times, to the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, whose meditations on life taught that nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. This profound insight captures the essence of our second trait, inner peace and tranquility. Those who speak less are often masters at maintaining a serene inner state, which acts as a fort against the chaos of the external world. Picture a hectic day at work where everything seems to be going wrong. Now, imagine one colleague who remains calm amidst the storm, their composed silence a stark contrast to the surrounding turmoil. This calmness isn't just a shield, but a beacon, guiding others through rough waters. It's not merely the absence of unnecessary words, but the presence of a stable, tranquil core that they draw upon. This stability isn't an accident. It's cultivated through deliberate silence and reflection. Let's engage with this idea for a moment. When was the last time you found strength in silence during a chaotic situation? Envision the power of harnessing this tranquility in your daily life. As we prepare to explore the avoidance of impulsive reactions, consider how inner peace could transform not only the way you respond to crises, but also your everyday interactions. What if your next challenge could be met with a composed demeanor that comes from a place of profound internal calm? Stay with us as we delve into how this tranquility influences not only personal well-being, but also the ability to navigate life's inevitable storms with grace and wisdom. Trait 3. Avoiding impulsive reactions. Consider the legendary chess match between Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky in 1972. Often dubbed the match of the century. Fischer, known for his deep contemplation and strategic silences during play, famously took long pauses before making a move, embodying the essence of our next trait, the avoidance of impulsive reactions. Just like in chess, life often throws complex scenarios at us, where a pause, a moment of silence before reacting, can make the difference between a wise decision and a regrettable one. Those who speak less tend to react to challenges and provocations with a measured calm, having trained themselves to think before they speak. This trait isn't about suppression, but about strategic response. Imagine the advantage in a heated debate or a high-stakes negotiation where, instead of immediately responding to a challenge, you take a moment to assess, plan, and then speak with precision. This approach not only diffuses potential conflicts, but also positions you as a thoughtful and respected communicator. Now, think about a recent situation where you might have benefited from pausing before reacting. How could a moment of contemplation have changed the outcome? As we explore this trait further, visualize the impact it could have on your relationships and professional life. The power of this practice extends beyond mere silence. It's about the strategic use of that silence to enhance understanding and influence. Get ready to dive deeper into how discipline in speech reflects broader personal discipline and emotional regulation as we move to our next trait. How might enhancing your self-control improve both your peace of mind and your interactions with others? Stay tuned as we uncover the profound effects of discipline and self-control in those who speak less. Trait 4. Discipline and self-control. Imagine the discipline of an accomplished athlete like a marathon runner. Each training session, each race, every moment of pain is managed not just through physical endurance, but through immense mental discipline and self-control. This same principle applies to our next trait of people who speak less. Their discipline in speech is a reflection of a broader mastery over their impulses and emotions, much like the marathon runner's control over their physical exertions. People who exhibit this trait understand the value of words and choose them with precision. They do not allow emotions to dictate their reactions. Instead, they apply self-control, carefully considering when to speak and what to say. This selective use of words can be incredibly powerful, much like the selective use of energy by the runner to maximize performance across a lengthy race. Now, visualize a situation where tempers flare and the room's energy is charged with emotion. The person who can hold their tongue, who can measure their words and deliver them at the right moment, often commands respect and maintains control over the situation. How often do we see leaders exemplified not for their flurry of words, but for their timely and effective communication? As we explore this trait, think about how you might apply similar discipline in your daily interactions. Could this be a path to not just improved communication, but enhanced personal and professional relationships? In the upcoming segment, we'll delve into how this disciplined silence extends beyond mere self-control to fostering deep reflection and contemplation. How might quiet moments enhance your ability to reflect on and manage your thoughts and actions? Stay tuned as we explore the profound impacts of reflection in those who speak less. Trait 5. Reflection and contemplation. Did you know that some of the world's greatest thinkers were known for their quiet and reflective natures? Take Albert Einstein, for example, whose contemplative silences were as legendary as his scientific discoveries. This ability to sit in solitude, to reflect deeply before speaking, embodies our next trait of people who speak less. Reflection and contemplation allow these individuals to align their thoughts and words with their deepest values and beliefs, ensuring that when they do speak, it's both meaningful and impactful. Imagine sitting by a quiet lake, the stillness of the water mirroring the calm in your mind, allowing you to think deeply and clearly. For those who speak less, each word is like a pebble tossed into that lake, chosen with care, its ripples creating a meaningful impact. They use their quiet moments to sift through their thoughts, to question their beliefs, and to plan their words, turning their speech into a powerful tool honed by thoughtful silence. Consider how your own life could change if you incorporated more moments of reflection. What deeper understandings might you reach if you paused to contemplate before reacting or speaking? As we prepare to transition to the next trait, think about the last time you really listened to someone without planning your response while they were speaking. Could embracing more silence enhance your empathy and understanding of others? Stay tuned as we explore how a quieter approach to communication can deepen connections and foster genuine understanding. Trait 6. Empathy and understanding towards others. Let's begin with a story that resonates deeply with the trait of empathy and understanding. Imagine a seasoned counselor listening intently to a client. Her silence is not empty, but full of active, compassionate engagement. This counselor knows that to truly help, she must understand not just the words spoken by the client, but the emotions and experiences underlying them. This narrative illustrates our next trait. People who speak less often excel in empathizing and understanding others because they listen more than they talk. Empathy in silence allows one to perceive more than just the spoken words. It opens a window to the speaker's soul. Picture a friend sharing a personal dilemma. Instead of immediately offering advice, you choose to listen, really listen, giving your friend the space to express themselves fully. This approach not only provides you with a deeper understanding of their situation, but also conveys your respect for their feelings, strengthening your connection. Now, reflect on a recent conversation. Did you fully grasp the other person's perspective? Imagine the impact you could have if your first response was to understand rather than to be understood. As we move toward our next trait, consider how being less reactive and more reflective might enhance not just your personal relationships, but also your professional interactions. What if your next business meeting could be more about understanding diverse viewpoints and less about asserting your own. Stay tuned as we explore how high productivity can emerge from the quiet focus of those who speak less. Trait 7. High productivity. Did you know that some of the most prolific writers and thinkers, such as J.K. Rowling and Mark Twain, crafted their most celebrated works in near solitude? This historical insight brings us to our next trait: high productivity. Individuals who speak less often find themselves remarkably productive, particularly when engaging in tasks that require deep focus and minimal external distractions. Imagine a quiet workspace, the silence punctuated only by the ticking of a clock and the occasional shuffle of papers. In this setting, a person who speaks less thrives, their focus undisturbed by the typical office chatter. Their productivity stems not just from the quiet environment, but from their ability to maintain a clear, undistracted mind. Visualize this scenario. A software developer is working on a complex code. Her ability to concentrate deeply without feeling the need to engage in small talk allows her to solve problems more efficiently and produce high-quality work swiftly. Now, let's engage with this idea. Think about your own work or personal projects. How often have distractions or unnecessary conversations sidetracked you? Consider the potential increase in your productivity if you adopted a quieter, more focused approach to your tasks. As we transition into the next trait, reflect on how staying calm in tough situations might be interconnected with the ability to maintain productivity under pressure. What if you could harness your quiet focus not just to increase productivity, but also to enhance your ability to remain poised during stressful times? Stay tuned as we explore the calm that quiet individuals maintain even when the stakes are high. Trait 8. Calmness in tough situations. Let's consider the legendary calm of Captain Chesley "Sully" Sullenberger during the emergency landing of U.S. Airways Flight 1549 on the Hudson River. His ability to remain composed under extreme pressure saved lives and made headlines around the world. This story exemplifies our next trait: calmness in tough situations, a quality often found in people who speak less. These individuals possess an inner serenity that does not waver even in the face of crisis. This calm is not an absence of emotion, but a profound mastery over it. Visualize a high-pressure situation, maybe in your own life, like a critical job interview or a difficult conversation with a loved one. Now, imagine handling that situation with the poise of Captain Sully. People who speak less draw from a deep well of internal peace, allowing them to think clearly and act deliberately when it matters most. Engage with this concept for a moment. How would cultivating such calm affect your ability to handle stress and make decisions? Could it change the outcomes of your most challenging days? As we prepare to explore the next trait, minimalism in lifestyle and speech, think about how the calmness of those who speak less might influence their approach to life's complexities. How does their tranquility enable them to eliminate the unnecessary, focusing only on what truly matters? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the simplicity and clarity that come with embracing minimalism. Trait 9. Minimalism. Imagine the famous story of Steve Jobs wearing essentially the same outfit every day, a choice driven by his desire to reduce decision fatigue and focus on what truly matters. This iconic example illustrates our next trait: minimalism. People who speak less often embrace minimalism not just in their wardrobe, but in all aspects of their life, including their communication style. They strip away the superfluous, focusing on essential expressions and interactions that add real value. This minimalist approach extends beyond personal style to how they decorate their homes, how they plan their days, and how they interact with others. Visualize a living space that is clear of clutter, where each item is chosen for a purpose, reflecting the owner's commitment to simplicity and quality. This environment is a direct reflection of their mindset, clear, focused, and unburdened by the unnecessary. Now, consider how adopting a minimalist approach in your own life could change your daily interactions. What if, by choosing to speak less, but more meaningfully, you could enhance the quality of your conversations and relationships? As we transition to our final trait, reflect on how the power of a few chosen words can sometimes be more impactful than a lengthy dialogue. Stay tuned as we explore the depth and strength of silent expressions and how powerful words can truly be when they are used sparingly but effectively. Trait 10. Powerful words. Imagine a historic moment like Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech, where every word echoed across the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and into the hearts of millions, shaping the course of history. This illustrates our final trait, the impactful use of powerful words by those who choose to speak less, but with more profound intent. People who speak less often understand that their words have weight, and when they do speak, others listen. Such individuals use their words sparingly, ensuring that each phrase carries maximum impact. They are the epitome of the saying, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." Their words are not just heard, they are felt and remembered. Imagine a quiet leader in a board meeting who, after listening intently to the ongoing debate, interjects with a succinct, insightful comment that shifts the entire direction of the discussion. Now, reflect on this. When have you experienced the power of well-chosen words in your own life? How might enhancing the quality and reducing the quantity of your speech change your influence in personal and professional realms? As we conclude our exploration of the 10 traits of people who speak less, consider how integrating these traits could transform your approach to communication and interaction. From valuing brevity and thoughtfulness in speech to harnessing the profound impact of powerful words, each trait offers a pathway to deeper understanding and more meaningful connections. Thank you for joining this journey into the power of silence and the art of speaking less. As you move forward, remember the strength that can be found in quietude, and consider how embracing even a few of these traits might enhance your communication and your life. Stay curious, keep learning, and perhaps speak a little less to say a lot more. Have you ever stopped to consider the silence between the notes in a piece of music? It's said that music is not only in the notes themselves, but in the silence between them. This concept perfectly encapsulates our exploration of the traits of people who speak less, showing us that the power of silence can enrich communication in profound ways. As we wrap up our journey, let's reflect on what we've learned. From the calm composure in challenging situations to the disciplined use of powerful, impactful words, each trait we've discussed provides a blueprint for effective communication and personal growth. Think about how these traits can apply to various scenarios in your own life, from professional settings to personal relationships. Now, imagine integrating these practices into your daily life. Visualize the impact of choosing your words with purpose, embracing minimalism in your speech, and cultivating calmness and reflection. How might these changes transform your interactions and your overall approach to life's challenges? I encourage you to experiment with speaking less in the coming days. Observe the effects on your conversations and on your internal state. Are you more thoughtful, Do others respond differently to you? Thank you for joining this exploration into the subtle art of speaking less. Remember, the journey doesn't end here. Continue to explore, reflect, and perhaps choose silence a little more often. After all, as we've seen, sometimes the most powerful message is conveyed not through a torrent of words, but through the eloquent eloquence of quiet understanding. As you move forward, keep these lessons in mind and watch how they transform your communication and connections. Let's continue the conversation. Share your experiences and insights as you practice these traits in your own life.